Hi guys, and welcome to another kit review. Okay, so today we're having a look at one of these. This is a Nieuport 17. Okay, this particular kit is in 1/32 scale and it is by Idea. Okay, so Idea models around in the 90s. I don't think they're around anymore. This original kit was released by Hobbycraft in 1992. This kit from Idea was released around the same time in the 90s. Kit number for this one is AP115. Okay, so this is a Nieuport 17. It's a World War I fighter. This particular kit is representative of the Nieuport 17 used by the Canadian World War I ace Billy Bishop. He had 72 victories in World War I. Okay, I believe there was a replica made of his aircraft and it is in one of the Canadian Aviation Museums at this point in time. Okay, so this kit here cost me $15. Okay, it was up for auction on the usual site. $15 starting price. I bid $15 and no one else touched it because they didn't recognize this symbol, and perhaps because they didn't think, being a 1990s kit, it wasn't worth it. And I thought to myself, you know what, sounds like an ideal kit that I can practice a little bit of stringing on, a bit of painting, etc, etc, etc. All right, for $15 you can't go wrong. Okay, so that's what I bought. Let's have a look at the rest of the kit. As you can see, the artwork is literally 3 Nieuport 17s in flight during World War I. Okay, this particular registration is Billy Bishop's, by the way. On the side, again, it says Classic Royal Air Force Fight. Okay, right, so it's made in Korea. That's basically all it does on that side. On the other side, same thing. Another couple of kits by Idea, I guess, a Sea Fury, and what they call an AT-33 Coin Bird. Okay, Coin Bird. I've never heard it called that one before, so that's interesting. Alright, so that's the box. Let's have a look and see what I actually bought for my $15. It is quite old. It is a little bit yellowy, I think. Instructions, we'll have a look at those shortly. One bag of screws, still sealed. That's it. And a decal sheet. And fairly plain as far as the decals are concerned. Okay. It does say here National Aviation Museum Bishop replica, which is what those numbers are. Okay. This is Billy Bishop's original. So we'll have a look at the instructions and a closer view at everything else. Okay, so let's have a look at the instructions. As you can see, copy of the box art. It does say flown by some of the most famous Royal Flying Corps aces of First World War, including Canada's William A. Billy Bishop, British Nieuport 17s, carried an unsynchronized Lewis machine gun mounted atop the upper wing. That's literally all it tells you about this aircraft. It does have the usual, almost universal indicators for when to apply glue, not glue, etc, etc. Overleaf, we get into first assembly, which is the fuselage halves going together, seat, and the cockpit details going in. Okay, then we've got the engine, which is made up of 4 parts. Okay, and then the actual propeller. There are no color call outs at all during construction of this kit, so definitely internet references. Hopefully someone's done a walk around of the Nieuport 17 replica in the Aviation Museum, or at least an idea of what the inside should be painted and colored. Okay, then you've got the top wing, bottom wings, tail going on, struts, Okay, machine gun, which fits on the upper wing. It does give you a rough idea of how it's supposed to sit, straight up and down on the line, but that's fairly basic. It does have a cockpit clear section as well, which is what that is, even though it doesn't show a part number. Then the wheels go on, tail skid, and these, which I'm not sure what they are, but I'm assuming that they're probably airspeed indicators, etc. for the aircraft. There is no rigging diagram, by the way, so if you're going to rig this aircraft, which it would have rigging wires, you'll have to use again your internet references to look up how this thing was actually rigged. This is quite an old kit, made in Korea, so I don't expect miracles from it. Overleaf, you've got camouflage and markings. This is, and it says Great Britain, okay, and this one says Great Britain Museum. So that's not quite right. Yes, I believe he was a member of the, he was a Canadian ace, and this is his registration. That is a Canadian Aviation Museum, not a Great Britain Museum. Okay, so it just says wood for the propeller on that one, and something else. On the back, you've got where the decals go, and up the top here, a very, very basic color chart. So a lot of book references, internet references, whatever you can find on how to correctly paint this aircraft up if you do buy one of these kits. Okay, so let's have a look at the decal sheet. As I showed you before, it's very basic. Upper wing, lower wing roundels, tail, okay. This is Billy Bishop's serial number on the aircraft and his registration numbers, okay. As it says, National Aviation Museum, Bishop replica. Alright, that's the only difference. Everything else goes on, and that's pretty straightforward. I'll give you a shot of that so you can have a good look at it anyway. Let's now have a look at the sprues. So we might as well start with, and there is only 3 sprues in this kit. You've got your wings, okay, 1-piece solids, so they look straight-ish, although I can see that they do have a bend in them, so that's going to be an interesting challenge to start with, but we'll see what we can come up with on that. Fairly straightforward, basic ribbing detail, nothing else, no texture, no fabric texture, which you would have on a 32nd scale World War I aircraft, I think. Alright, so that's your wings. So next we'll have a look at the fuselage, and this is smooth, okay. There's no ribbing detail whatsoever or any kind of texture on this fuselage. There's your tail, your engine parts. You do get 2 machine guns. This is the Lewis gun that Billy Bishop apparently had mounted on his Nieuport. So this one here is your spares. It looks like a Vickers machine gun or something similar. Anyway, that will go in the spares box. So let's have a look at the engine. Okay, so you do have fin detail on the cylinders. There's a bit of flash on this as well. Okay, you do have those exhausts, etc. But again, use your internet references that you can find if possible, because I'm sure there would be a little bit more wiring detail on that engine. That's the spare machine gun, and that is the Lewis gun. So you will have to drill out the end of the Lewis gun to make it look more authentic, but that's not too bad. As I said, this will be a fairly simple, straightforward build, I think, as long as everything fits true and square. Okay, so that's your fuselage. And the only other sprue I've got to show you is, and it's a slightly different colour plastic. The pilot seat was loose, and so was the propeller. It does have detail on the hub, so that's okay. I'm going to have to try and fix the bit where it's torn itself off the sprue. Smooth that down. But basically what you have here is the wheels and the cockpit interior parts and the main supports for the wing. So it's all quite finely done. There's not much flash on this. The wheels look pretty good. Nice detail on the wheels. But this is a fairly simple, straightforward kit. There's not much to it. Like I said, most of it will be painting her and probably detailing some of the bits and pieces, especially the interior. It is a 32nd scale kit. So that's it, guys. As I said, 3 sprues and a decal sheet. There is one other thing I need to show you. 4 sprues really, if you want to count this as a sprue. That is the little clear windscreen section for this aircraft. Okay, and that is definitely it. That is Ideas World War I, Nieuport 17. As I said, originally released by Hobbycraft in 1992. This one by Idea was released around about the same time, although I couldn't find any specific details. Kit number is AP115, and you know what, for $15 it's what I expected. Anyway, hope you got something from this one. That's it for this review. Thank you for your likes and your comments and your subscriptions, and as always, until next time, take it easy, stay safe, stay well, and I will see you later.